Hi, everybody. This is Mr. SantaMaria. We are actually on the Chipotle website right now. What I want you to do is go to chipotle.com and then first click nutrition. Now, one thing I would definitely suggest you do with this particular lesson is to keep the tab open for the Google form that's associated with this lesson. It'll allow you to follow along and answer questions, and you can pause the video anytime you want and answer the questions and go along. It's going to be a whole lot easier for you to do that. So make sure you put the other tab open for for the Google form. So what first thing you want to do is click nutrition when you get to the chipotle.com website. When you go down, you're going to see select a meal to begin. You want to select burrito. I know there's other options, but we're going to focus on the burrito today. So click burrito. First thing you're going to see is the only ingredients that they start with is a flour tortilla. There's a check mark on it. It says 320 calories. You cannot uncheck it. We'll go over what we can do about that later on, but for now, you have to keep the flour burrito. And as you see, as you build your burrito, there's going to be some statistics that go along with it. This shows that this burrito is 320 total calories, 9 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, and 50 grams of carbohydrates. And what's cool about it is it actually breaks it down for you by percentage. So it's 75% carbs, 13% fat, and 12% protein. So that's what we have so far. So after that, you're going to go down to fillings. You have 6 different choices of fillings. You have barbacoa, which is slow cooked beef, carnitas, which is pork, grilled chicken, sofritas, which is tofu, so it's vegetarian, steak, and veggie, which includes guacamole. So you can choose whichever one you want. I'm actually going to choose chicken to start with here. Now, customize, if you click that, you can get normal or double. I'm just going to get normal because they put plenty of chicken on these burritos. Now, you can see that the numbers have changed now. Now my burrito just with chicken and a tortilla is 500 calories, 16 grams of fat, 40 grams of protein, and 50 grams of carbohydrates. Now you move on to rice and beans. You can actually select as many as you want in this section. So what I'm going to do, since I already have a burrito, I already have the tortilla. I'm not going to get any beans, but I'm not going to get any rice, but I'm going to get some beans actually. I'm going to get pinto beans and add that to my meal. So now you see that the numbers have changed to 630 calories, 17.5 grams of total fat, 48 grams of protein, and 71 grams of carbohydrates. And we still have a couple more things to put on here. So what I'm going to do next is you can top it off with as many of these choices as you want. You have fajita vegetables, tomato salsa, guacamole, Monterey Jack cheese, queso blanco, which is white cheese, roasted chili corn salsa, sour cream, tomatillo green chili salsa, tomatillo red chili salsa, and romaine lettuce. So you can put as many of these as you want. I definitely want fajita vegetables, so I'm going to add that. That only adds another 20 calories. I'm going to skip the guacamole for now. And I like their salsas. Their salsas are really awesome. So I'm going to get the roasted corn salsa. And I'm also going to add tomatillo green salsa to my burrito. So before we go to sides and drinks, you can see that my burrito now is 745 calories, 19 grams of fat, 52 grams of protein, and 96 grams of carbohydrates. So actually, when you look at this, it's not that bad in terms of the amount of fat, protein, and carbohydrates. Let's look at my full nutrition facts now. This will give us a better idea of the breakdown of everything. Because if you go down to number 5 on your Google form, it's going to ask you how many grams of saturated fat was your burrito. You really should shoot for no more than 25 grams per day. So this one has 3.5 grams saturated fat. So actually for a meal, that's not too bad. That's less than 20%. That's really not terrible. Calories are reasonable too. 745 calories for one meal. That's not bad because if I'm eating 3 meals and 2 snacks, I'm still under 3,000 calories for me. It's got a lot of protein. You can see that 52 grams. You should be shooting for about 100 grams of protein per day. And one of the things that's great about this, it has 15 grams of dietary fiber, and you're looking for 25 grams at least per day. So this right here is 60% of your dietary fiber. You also look at the sugar. It's only 9 grams of sugar. 75 grams of sugar is what you should be having for a day. My sodium is a little high, though. You're supposed to be about 2,400 milligrams for a day. It has a lot of sodium, 1,860. So that's 2/3 of your sodium. So the one bad thing about this particular thing is it has a lot of salt. Look at the vitamins. It actually is a very good source of vitamin C and iron. So if I add up all those percentages, I get 108 plus 20 is 120, 153% vitamins and minerals. So this meal is a good source of vitamins and minerals. Now, one thing I was looking at, I'm having a whole burrito. I really want a side or a drink. So let me see what they have for sides and drinks. Now, as you look at this, you're going to see that many of their sides are not very good choices when it comes to health. If I get chips and queso blanco, 540 calories. If I'm really hungry, I want the large, 810 calories. The large chips and large queso blanco, that actually is more. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Tortilla chips, just plain, are 540 calories. Large chips are 810 calories. So if I get the large chips, just plain, I'm going to have more calories from the chips than I would from my entire burrito. Large chips and large guacamole are 1,270 calories. Large chips and large queso blanco, 1,290 calories. Basically, anything with chips seems to be something that you should avoid because it just adds a ridiculous amount of calories. So I'm going to skip this section, and I'm just going to drink a water, which we all know has 0 calories. Now, this meal is pretty healthy, but I want to make it a little healthy. I want to make it less salty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the salsas, even though I really like the taste of them. Let's see if that significantly changes my burrito. In terms of calories, it goes down a little bit to 650. Saturated fat is still the same. If I go down further, you'll see the protein is pretty much the same. The fiber is pretty much the same. The sodium went down significantly. The sodium went down about 600 milligrams, so about half. So this is still a pretty salty meal, but it's a lot better than it was without the salsa. Now, the one trade-off I do when I take the salsas away is I lose some of those vitamins and minerals. So that's something to keep in mind here. Because now, remember, I was well over 100 with my vitamins and minerals. Now I'm at 68 plus 9 is 77. 77 plus 26, 103. So I lost some vitamins and minerals, but I think it's worth it for me to save some milligrams of sodium because many of the foods that I like have a lot of sodium in them. So just something to keep in mind. So what you want to do, guys, is you want to be able to choose your own burrito. Make sure you get your whatever filling you're going to have in there, those 6 different choices. Make sure you choose at least one for rice and beans. You can have more than one if you like. Then you go down to your top it off. You can put as many of those as possible. And at the end, you're going to analyze your burrito. Now, my burrito was generally healthy, but what I found, as you saw, was that it was pretty high in sodium. So what I did was I took the sauces away, and that lowered the sodium. So that was one way I could change it. So when you look at number 10, you can look at what was unhealthy about your burrito. Number 9 is asking you what's healthy about my burrito. My burrito was definitely healthy in terms of protein. It had a lot of protein, and it didn't have that much saturated fat. Again, what was unhealthy about it was the high amount of sodium in there. And number 11, an adjustment I made to my burrito was I took away the salsas, which lowered the sodium. Here's one other adjustment you can make. Let's go back. Let's start over. Instead of a burrito, I get a burrito bowl. Now, a burrito bowl doesn't have a tortilla. So all you do is I'm going to add the same exact stuff. Chicken. Now, since I don't have any burrito. Since I don't have a tortilla, I'm going to add cilantro lime rice to have a little bit of greens there. And I'm going to add pinto beans. So I have two different things. Notice how it's 520 calories right now. I'm going to get fajita vegetables, and that's it. So basically, this is the same exact meal I had, except now I don't have a tortilla. So let's look at the full nutrition facts for this one. Now it's 540 calories, so it's over 100 calories less. It has a little bit more saturated fat, only a half a gram, so that's really not too bad. It has less protein because I think the tortilla actually has more protein than the rice. It has about the same amount of fiber, but one thing you can see is the sodium has gone down a lot. The sodium went down 400 milligrams, so now I'm only about 1/3 of my salt for a day, which is actually pretty good for this meal. So another adjustment you can make is you could turn your burrito into a burrito bowl. It will save you some calories, and it will probably lower the sodium of your meal as well. So I hope this was informative to you, and I'm hoping that you do a good job on the Google form. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Have a great day. That work.